something that was very comfortable for me and for us. So she lost the weight and got to her goal. I lost the weight and got to my goal, but my sugar levels have dropped over 40% in that time. So I'm well on the path to, I'm happy to report to reversing my type 2 diabetes, which would be awesome because it's just adds to our longevity. And Christy wants me around for a while.
I do. I was just about to say that. Yes, I want you to be healthy and be around for as long as possible. I am in Honolulu with my husband, Scott, and I thought this would be a really fun and appropriate opportunity to introduce him and give him a chance to tell his story and how our protocols have really transformed his life. So this is my husband, Scott Daw.
Hello, everyone.
And we got married last year, so we decided to come to Honolulu the beginning of this year to go ahead and celebrate our marriage with our family and friends. And it's just, a beautiful setting. And he is not only my husband, but he is my business partner in the wellness spa. And he's a patient. After we met and developed our relationship, he wasn't a patient first, but anyway, we just thought it'd be really fun to kind of share his story. So why don't we dive in, and why don't you tell us, Scott, what your health habits were like before we met?
Yeah, I think just going back, 15, 20 years, I've just always been, even in college and before that, I've just always been active and, into fitness. And, as I age and went into my 30s and 40s, of course, we adjust some of the activities we take on, just to protect ourselves a little bit, but we also want to try new things. But I've always been active, and just that was an enjoyable part of my being. And I guess
what was your goal of being active? What were you trying to
I just
accomplish?
Always wanted to feel good and stay strong. I sensed that was really important.
You just like moving,
yeah,
staying healthy,
and I liked looking my best during that time. But would you say you were in your optimal health at that time? We go through different decades of our lives, our 30s and 40s, and I've had times where I've said, man, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. And so I felt that several times. Yeah.
So you were in your best shape of your life when we met?
I felt I was in good shape, but I knew I was bloated, and I just carried extra weight, and even despite my working out.
So you were in good health, but maybe not optimal health.
I knew I wasn't at my ideal weight.
Yeah.
When we met a while back, I was in the high 190s.
Yeah. And I thought you were in good shape, but you were a little bit heavy at that time.
Yeah.
And then did you have any other medical complications related to your metabolism?
Yeah, hereditary. Developed type 2 diabetes probably 12 to 15 years ago. Obviously leading up to that was, diagnosed as hypoglycemic. So I took that a little bit serious, but probably not serious enough. So my diet, I just ate a lot of different things, and I love the breads and the pizzas. And
would you say you followed like the standard American diet?
What I know of it now, yes, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of carbs. So a lot of my working out was to at least maintain.
Yeah. And just to be able to go out and eat and imbibe and eat whatever you wanted. So you would work out to try to work off the calories.
That's right. But not a lot of care or caution about diabetes, not a lot of education actually on the effects of diabetes as you age.
Yeah.
If you already have it.
And it touched your life because your father
Right.
had diabetes and complications from that.
Yeah,
right?
he had diabetes for many years, and then he passed away actually right before we met, and so, in late
A few years
2020.
ago. Yep.
Right, and I just watched him as he digressed in what that disease did to him. But when he finally passed, it really impacted me, and really made me want to commit to living a healthier lifestyle and just a better diet to avoid going down that same path as he did.
Yeah, and then you also shared with me that you had a relationship goal for 2020. Do you want to share that a little bit?
Well, yeah, going into 2020, I was, I had some long-term relationships, but I wasn't in a relationship, and I was just tired of being single, and I really wanted to find the right person for me and my soulmate, really. And so I had set a goal going into 2020 that would be the year that I would find my soulmate. And then, March, COVID hit, and it changed a lot of things.
Yeah. Makes it hard to date and go out and meet people.
Yeah. So fast forwarding to when my father passed, I came back to Houston and made another commitment in late 2020 that I am going to, find the woman of my dreams. And we met like 3 days after, returning from that trip.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. And I was also looking for the man of my dreams and my soulmate. I was coming out of a difficult marriage and really just still believed in true love and true intimacy and really wanted to find that. So lucky me and lucky us, we met each other.
We're blessed.
Yeah,
yes,
we're very blessed. Sure. We feel very blessed by God. Okay, so we met and you're wanting to be your optimal health. And then what was the first thing that impacted your health as far as how I was able to impact you with my protocol?
Yeah, you really influenced me positively right off the bat. Christy is vegetarian, and so I always wanted to eat healthier, but the problem was I just didn't know how. I probably needed coaching, and you go to the doctor with diabetes, and they prescribe you to and refer you to a dietitian or a nutritionist. I never really took advantage of those opportunities, but very quickly I converted over to being a vegetarian, and I learned that there's many other ways to make a salad. I just thought it was how many different ways can you make a salad, but we learned just Christy opened me up to the variations of diet under the vegetarian lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's had a big impact.
There's so many delicious plant-based foods that you can eat, and we would use we'd make kits. We had these kits that we would order, and that made it easier to prepare this plant-based diet of foods.
Right.
So. So that helped. How did that help you once you went more plant forward with your diet?
Yeah, I certainly felt better, but I knew it was the right thing. I know that, and I've learned since then, being involved in ChristiMD, the benefit of having primarily a plant-based diet, and so that helped. And then we tried some different things. We tried some different approaches to whether it was fasting or different type of diet plans.
Fasting, yeah.
Yeah, and we've been searching for the last 2.5 or so years to find something that could really stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get back to that in a minute. And this whole time, I think a big part of our relationship was exercising together, right? Like we both, one of the things we bonded over is that we both love Orange Theory fitness. That's where we love to go and work out. It's a great HIIT workout, cardio, weight training. What are some of the other things that we enjoy doing together?
Oh, walking, hiking, anything around water. But yeah,
biking.
Just mixing things up, biking, mixing things up, but having, just trying to continue to build strength.
So we kept those habits going for the most part. And then I think maybe a year after we met, or maybe not even, maybe sooner, I suggested testosterone treatment, right?
Yeah. So
Maybe
so
just a few months after we met, actually.
yeah. No, I got tested, and I'd been tested before, and it was low, probably age appropriate. I'm 61 now, but yeah, once I went on testosterone, and I think I've been through 3 or 4 cycles now, 6 months each. I felt fantastic, and it's just improved the whole mental clarity. I don't have mental fog nearly as much or at all, really. The energy, it's just helped me in clarity, strength, energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a big boost.
Yeah. So and tell me about what kind of testosterone, or tell us about what kind of testosterone that you
Right. So
do.
we believe in, well, at the time, it's pellets, testosterone pellets, so they're bioidentical. Really the best form of testosterone, I believe, and that's what we provide for hundreds of patients within our med spa practice.
Yeah, I highly recommend bioidentical hormones for men and women. Women need testosterone too, and we know that the testosterone levels decline with age and really impacts overall health. So I recommend them just for overall health and longevity and wellness. And I like the pellets because they're easy. They're bioidentical, the same structure that's in the body, and it just unlocks so much potential in every part of your body. So then we also worked on, I got you onto some of the supplements, basic supplements that are very important to support the hormones, the nutrition that goes into the cell so that the hormones can do their job. They stimulate the cell to grow and to be stronger and divide, but they need the nutrients to be able for the cell to be able to respond to the hormone. So tell us a little bit about the different supplements that you've been using.
Yeah, I think,
and how that impacted you.
Yeah, I think first, just to recap, we've talked about the importance of fitness and staying active, and whatever it might be, walking. They say vigorous exercise 3 to 5 days a week is critical as we age, especially. We want to stay strong, be able to climb up and down stairs without falling. The diet is so critical, so we've been working on really honing that. But having the hormones balanced is really only optimized when you have proper levels of micronutrients in your body. So I've really learned that over time, and I've seen other patients and how it's worked for them. For me, it was vitamin D. It has been magnesium. Most people they don't know it, but they're deficient in magnesium. So I've learned a lot about that. Many other things, probiotic, collagen for the nails, and just building collagen in the body, I know is important. But what we've learned also recently at a longevity and anti-aging conference just a couple of months ago is the importance of a compound called akkermansia, right?
Yeah, especially for diabetes. Yes.
Especially for diabetes, and just helping reduce inflammation in the body, which I've learned over time, reducing inflammation is so critical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fitness, diet, hormone balance is so critical for brain function and strength, and then optimizing all of that with proper supplement and micronutrient levels in the body.
Yeah. And then I would say also the other thing that I think is so important that has really vitalized me and you is just our relationship, our intimacy, our focus on really building each other up and supporting each other. I think that's really been impactful to our health. We encourage each other.
Absolutely. I think having a strong, intimate relationship, I think everything's interrelated, right? If you're feeling better, if you're strong and fit, if your hormones are in balance, it just makes the intimacy level so much easier. And so all of those things that we've done really contributes to that. I think all of this is just really foundational stuff. And that's what I've learned is there's a lot of gimmicks out there. There's a lot of different things to try, but just having all of those components in place, which most of us, we can do a lot of this stuff on our own without spending a lot of money.
Yeah. And the other thing that I think is really important is our spiritual life. You know, I think we're both believe in God. We believe that Jesus is the Son of God. We're Christian, and we practice our faith. We seek God, and we recognize that we're both a work in progress, and we always need God's help. But I think just having Him at the center of our relationship is super important too.
Yeah.
And then I just also wanted to add too, you know, a few months ago, we kind of got into bad habits with eating. And so there's always room for improvement, and doubling down on just really watching, especially for sugar problems, watching the sugar that's going in our bodies to help your diabetes. And you've noticed a big impact on that just from cutting back on sugar and carbohydrates.
Yeah, we followed a protocol that we actually practice, really following the Blue Zone protocols.
Yeah.
And it's for me, it was losing and getting down to my ideal weight, which is 178, 175 and 178. And I was coming from 192. So this is just 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Before we left for Hawaii, I hit 179. But the other outcome I was looking for, and Christy was really pushing for, was to reverse my type 2 diabetes. So I'm really happy to say that I've wore the Freestyle monitor the last 8 weeks as I've been cutting this weight. But you know, just following low carb, low sugar diet, not a keto diet, but something that was very comfortable for me and for us. So she lost the weight and got to her goal. I lost the weight and got to my goal, but my sugar levels have dropped over 40% in that time. So I'm well on the path to, I'm happy to report to reversing my type 2 diabetes, which would be awesome because it's just adds to our longevity. And Christy wants me around for a while.
I do. I was just about to say that. Yes, I want you to be healthy and be around for as long as possible. Okay, well, we better wrap it up. The sun's about to set, but this has been really fun. And okay. I just want to say something really quick. So I hope that this inspires you to really go for your best life that you can have in every way possible. And I think the foundational things that we talked about are so important, and I'd love to help you, with your hormones, your intimacy, your micronutrients, all that. It's part of my protocol that I do to help patients just live their most vital, best life that they can. So thanks so much. And now we're just going to show you the sunset, and then we'll go have a toast with our friends.
Aloha.
Aloha. There we go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And that's Diamond Head in the background. Gorgeous.
God bless you.
Okay. Bye.